Good morning, investors. You are now on KleverStock with me, Ainun Jaria, serving you the latest morning bell updates. Kicking it off with the opening bell updates on our local market. The FPM KLCI opened lower on Tuesday as investors turn cautious ahead of the tabling of Budget 2026 while awaiting key remarks from Federal Reserve policymakers later this week. The benchmark index, which had risen in the previous session on the back of steady foreign inflows, eased 2.03 points to 1,636.06 at the opening bell compared with the previous day's close, reflecting mild profit-taking pressure after recent gains. According to Rakuten Trade, foreign funds remain net buyers over the past 3 trading days, accumulating a total of 812 million ringgit in the net inflow, signaling renewed confidence in Malaysian equities. The brokerage also noted that retail participation has shown improvement, accompanied by higher trading volumes and encouraging sign of domestic investor re-engagement. We expect the index to maintain a bullish trajectory, hovering between 1,635 and 1,645 throughout the day. This was said by the firm in its market note. Despite the upbeat outlook, selling pressure emerged early in the session, weighing down several heavyweights. IHH Healthcare slipped 7 cents to 8 ringgit and 28 cents. MISC dropped 5 cents to 7 ringgit and 20 cents, and Maybank eased 3 cents to 9 ringgit and 99 cents. Among the actively traded lower liners, KNM shed 2.5 cents to half a cent, while Borneo Oil and NextG remain unchanged at half a cent and 52 cents, respectively. On the global front, Wall Street overnight shrugged off concerns over the ongoing U.S. government shutdown, rallying instead on news of a potentially transformative partnership between AMD and OpenAI. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq both closed at fresh record highs after reports and that AMD would supply AI chips to OpenAI, while the ChatGPT developer could acquire up to 10% in the chip maker. Malacca Securities said the deal would inject fresh optimism into Malaysia's own technology sector, particularly semiconductor counters, which are expected to benefit from the global AI momentum. Given the optimism surrounding AI and technology developments in the US, we expect Bursa Malaysia to open on a firmer note with positive buying sentiment spilling over into the local technology and EMS electronics manufacturing services stocks. Yesterday, we already observed strong interest in names like EG Industries and Pi Industrial. The mixed domestic sentiment, cautious ahead of Budget 2026, but upbeat on AI-driven tech momentum, suggests that near-term volatility on the FPM KLCI will likely persist as investors balance profit-taking with selective buying ahead of key fiscal and policy developments. Moving on to local currency updates. The ringgit opened stronger against US dollar today, buoyed by renewed buying interest amid growing optimism that the Malaysian government will maintain fiscal discipline and continue to narrow the fiscal deficit as a share of gross domestic product GDP in Budget 2026. At 8 a.m., the ringgit appreciated to 4.2100 or 4.2205 versus the greenback, compared with yesterday's close of 4.2135 or 4.2180, reflecting cautious optimism ahead of the fiscal announcement. Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad Chief Economist Dr. Muhammad Afzal Nizam Abdul Rashid said investors' attention this week will center on tabling the Budget 2026 on Friday, which is expected to set the tone for fiscal and market sentiment in the final quarter of 2025. He noted that while fiscal prudence remains the government's key focus, there is also a pressing need to stimulate domestic demand to sustain economic growth amid a softer global environment. Traders are watching this space closely. On that note, the ringgit is likely to trade between 4 ringgit and 21 cents and 4 ringgit and 22 cents today. In early trade, the ringgit showed a mixed performance against a basket of major currencies. It weakened against the euro to 4.9295 or 4.9418 and also eased vis-a-vis the British pound to 5.6768 or 5.6909. However, it strengthened against Japanese yen to 2.7996 or 2.8067. Against ASEAN currencies, the local note mostly traded higher. It appreciated against the Thai baht to 12.9614 or 12.9994, improved versus the Indonesian rupiah to 253.8 or 254.6, and rose against the Philippine peso to 7.21 or 7.24. The only exception was the Singapore dollar, against which the ringgit fell slightly to 3.2603 or 3.687. Overall, the ringgit's firmer opening reflects investor confidence that Budget 2026 will strike a balance between fiscal consolidation and growth support, a key factor for Malaysia's current stability heading into the final quarter of 2025. Continuing with some local economic updates. With 350 million ringgit already channeled by the government to strengthen Malaysia's grassroots economy, the Sejahtera Community Madani, Sejati Madani, program is fast emerging as one of the country's most inclusive and empowering community development initiatives. Designed to put local residents at the heart of progress, Sejati Madani allows communities from rural villages and Orang Asli settlements to urban housing areas to identify their own social and economic priorities and implement projects independently. This approach promotes both self-reliance and shared prosperity, aligning with Malaysia's Madani principles of sustainability, compassion and inclusivity. As of September 30th, 2025, the program has reached 3,062 communities, supporting 3,182 economic activities with a total combined value of 253.89 million ringgit. Under Budget 2025, the government allocated 600 million ringgit for Sejati Madani, of which 350 million ringgit has already been disbursed to the Implementation Coordination Unit under the Prime Minister's Department. The substantial early deployment sets the foundation for an even stronger role in Budget 2026, expected to build on the program's early success stories. Sabah leads the list of participating states with 529 approved projects worth 35.05 million ringgit, followed by Pahang with 391 projects totaling 37.26 million ringgit, Terengganu with 407 projects worth 21.84 million ringgit, Penang with 308 projects valued at 29.53 million ringgit, and Perak with 262 projects worth 25.5 million ringgit. The Orang Asli communities have also benefited, with 32 of their communities receiving 2.88 million ringgit in grants, a move that ensures even remote and marginalized groups can access sustainable livelihood opportunities. In Johor, the Village Development and Security Committee (JPKK) of Kampung Parit Tengah in Air Hitam exemplifies how the program is transforming rural livelihoods. Beginning with 200 polybags of chili fertigation, the community later diversified into rock melon cultivation under Sejati Madani. Managed by 12 committee members with support from the Community Development Department, the project now employs 15 workers, including single mothers and B40 participants. Since its inception, it has generated 27,000 ringgit in income, part of which has been reinvested to reward high-achieving students and assist underprivileged families. Chairman Rosti Rahman said the initiative has created new job opportunities and inspired the community to expand its activities. He expressed hope that Budget 2026 would introduce more incentive-based support, such as material aid and marketing advisory services, particularly for less developed communities to sustain and scale their ventures. Moving on to corporate news update. Retail Summit Asia brought together over 600 retailers and business leaders to chart a new course for Malaysia's retail transformation, focusing on how unified customers' experience UCX can drive measurable business growth. Organised by Easy Store, the event signified a pivotal moment for Malaysia's retail ecosystem, where small and medium enterprises (SMEs) are rapidly embracing AI-driven tools, connected commerce platforms, and integrated customer data systems to achieve sustainable expansion. Notably, 44% of SME participants committed to launching tangible customer-centric initiatives within the 30 days, underscoring the summit's role in catalyzing actionable change rather than theoretical discussions. Easy Store General Manager Melissa Poh said the movement represents a major shift in how retailers approach growth. It's no longer about flash promotions or one-time sales. Growth is driven not just by sales, but by creating customers who choose you every time. She said this, highlighting a growing emphasis on loyalty, experience, and trust. This strategic reorientation is reshaping Malaysia's retail landscape, mirroring a wider Southeast Asian trend where SMEs are integrating technology to personalize interaction, enhance operational resilience, and build long-term customers' relationships. The summit explored practical data-backed approaches to strengthening loyalty programs, harmonizing physical and digital retail touchpoints, and positioning brands to resonate with modern experience-driven consumers. A central theme was the growing expectation among today's shoppers for seamless personalized journeys that blend convenience with emotional connection, whether online or in store. Easy Store demonstrated how its unified system helps businesses achieve this through a single integrated platform connecting sales channels, marketing automation, and customer analytics. Panel discussion delved into how SMEs can empower customers as co-creators in the retail process, amplify customer voices through accessible digital tools, and deploy AI to deliver intelligent omni-channel engagement. These conversations highlighted a critical truth for modern retail, that meaningful growth now comes from connection, not just conversion. The summit was supported by FEW as the marquee partner, while Omada by TP Link, Ninja Van Malaysia, Alliance Bank, and Sunmi Global joined as strategic partners, providing essential support across payment solutions, logistics, and retail infrastructure. Together, these partnerships underscore the growing ecosystem collaboration needed to power Malaysia's next retail evolution, one where technology, customer experience, and human connection converge to drive enduring success. And finally, wrapping up, we have major corporate developments and deals across Malaysia. IMMA Technology Sdn Bhd is seeking 72.6 million ringgit in alleged loss of profit, or alternatively 28.3 million ringgit for purported wasted expenditure from Celcom Digi Berhad in relation to a services agreement entered into nearly 4 years ago. Dagang Next Change Berhad is expanding its energy portfolio, with unit OGPC Sdn Bhd winning a 1-year contract with Petronas Dagangan Berhad to maintain 50 Petronas stations in the Klang Valley starting July 2025. Sime Darby Property Berhad, via wholly owned Sime Darby Property Hong Kong Ltd, has signed an interest-bearing loan agreement to provide 34 million ringgit in shareholders' advances to Battersea Project Holding Company Ltd. Sita Global Berhad has formalized a 2-year joint development agreement with Kapal Decarb Malaysia Sdn Bhd to pursue biocompressed natural gas projects in Pahang, Kelantan, and Terengganu. And last but not least, Empire Global Berhad will be renamed Greentronics Technology Berhad effective October 8, 2025, according to Bursa Malaysia. The company's new stock short name will be Green Tech. Now that's a wrap for Morning Bell Updates with me, Anujaria from KleverStock. Thank you for choosing us, investors. Stay tuned for the next live coming soon.